Hello, and welcome back to Rogue Trader. Last time there was a belief. A belief, huh? Good start, me. A brief blip in the GMO sphere where I screwed up my notes and completely forgot about the existence of the moons, and
We rolled really well, and we may have broke the campaign.
a little bit.
Nah.
And that meant, well, things were not prepped when they perhaps could have been. Thankfully, though, you guys have managed to avoid getting into any fights in your exploration of the City of Equals, a large cosmopolitan metropolis built out of several different cities linked together that is a microcosm of the Xiph Empire. The Necrons ruling over all of their lesser vassal races as equals, where some are slightly more equal than others.
It seemed like
And
a
they,
genuinely nice place to live.
and they all got equally exterminated.
Well, that'll happen sometimes. Gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet.
They did that. There is no omelet anymore.
What do you mean? The omelet's
The
sitting in
omelet-
that big giant fake sun over there.
The omelet got disintegrated.
Look, this
Yeah.
was really just a farm for souls to feed to the soul killer in the first place. Let's not pretend they didn't get what they wanted, basically.
That's true.
I mean, they definitely didn't. That's like saying, you know, a, a cow farm where all of the cows die from being, like mad cow disease. You know, the
Britain in
farmer
the
got what
80s.
he wanted.
Yeah, Britain in the 80s. That's what you get for eating.
I guess-
for feeding cows cow brains.
I guess that brings up a good question. So if you have the soul killer here, but you also have a demon here, who gets priority on the soul when you die? Or did the
Little
demons
closer.
get them, or did the soul killer?
Very good question.
Because if the soul killer got them, it's more like, you have a cow farm, and then you kill all the cows and you harvest their meat. Now you don't have a cow farm, but you did get all the meat.
Burgers
Not
for
optimal,
the next
but
burgers
If we
for the
destroy
next
the
300 years.
When you get soul killed, your soul is gone, because we're not worried about what happens if we destroy the soul killer and
oh
then
no,
all
we
the
are.
souls
No,
get released.
it is in fact just a giant cum jar full of souls. Yeah.
How did Slanesh get created again?
Not
Giant
that
cum
way.
jar full of souls.
Oh,
Okay,
this is
well,
gonna turn out well.
yeah. This
I
is how
don't-
we get Molly to turn into a god. You see.
I don't think there are that many souls in the soul killer yet. Remember
Probably
how remember Slanesh was caused by like a galaxy-wide event. Only a few of the Eldari escaped on like the outer fringes of the galaxy. This is just a small
I-
subsector.
Outer fringes of their empire, anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
outer fringes of their empire, not the galaxy. They hadn't conquered the whole galaxy at that point.
No, because humans are still around, and we had conquered a big chunk of the galaxy by then.
Yeah, and orcs and various other horrible xeno races,
Black
like the
Revolt.
Rangda, whose dear friend the Sloth you found some about from the Torvali city.
No, we didn't learn anything about them from the Torvali city. What do you mean? We didn't even stop at that church. And frankly, I think you're making things up.
Yeah, you definitely got first the slightly concerning but not at this point mind-shattering because you already knew like 9 had been covered up, 2 more being covered up. That's just like
I mean, we knew there at least 10 had been covered up because the Raven Guard are 19.
yeah. But that's one of those things that nobody asks questions about.
Yeah, except us.
Yeah.
Now we have a complete list of all 20 legions. Well, at least their insignias and their Primarch's faces. We didn't get the names of these two, which is sad, but...
Yeah, and you didn't go in the church, so...
Well, look, this church was scary. Whatever's in
Yeah.
there, I'm sure it's important, but it can be important for another day.
It might not be important, it might just be spooky.
Yeah, it could just be some random demon who's been trapped in there.
I mean, if we find the nukes, we could always use it as a testing ground to see how good the Texans' technology is.
I feel like whatever Necrons might still be living in this part of the place would take some degree of umbrage with us nuking their town.
Ah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that and orbital bombardment feel like lines that if we cross, the Necrons are all just going to come fight us, because fuck you. It's just
Most
rude.
likely. Certainly they aren't going to just send a charming wraith to give you a ticket for that. Not like your parking infraction.
Yeah, that's straight to Gulag. So yeah, I think last time we had left off in the police precinct here in Torvali town, having gotten the addresses of a couple historians who lived in this part of town. Hopefully go see if we can piece together some records from their places.
I had forgotten that. I thought you had finished with the Torvali. Well,
Like, you did a great job improvising all of this last time.
yeah, but I'd had a bit longer to get drunk by the time we got to this one. I'm still currently sipping my first glass of whiskey.
Good, now now I get coherent answers when I go roll a nat 1 on researching something.
And you got pretty coherent answers last time.
And yeah. Well, drink faster. So,
Yeah.
why? Why? Go away, Square. Be gone.
It's very explicitly not square.
Yeah, nothing happening here is square. This is a wheel, a circle, if you will.
Time is a flat circle.
That was the
Sometimes a
takeaway from
rectangle.
last session, yes. So we find out the Torvali are from the Great Crusade, the Texans are from directly from Old Earth, the Tau are from the future. These
Yeah,
guys were presumably just from the present of their time.
Bird people, bird people.
I'm excited to see what the bird people look like.
They're gonna be the fucking bird people from the Painted City. The Painted World, I mean. It's gonna drop down from the spires.
I mean, look, if you just put a bag over their heads, it's not bad.
Listen. Alright. They're not even the worst enemy of that game. I don't know why people complain about them. You know what the worst enemies of those games are? Fucking dogs.
Well, yeah. But we love dogs in this house. Anyway. Let's go to a historian's house. Unless there's any other bullshit we need to do in the police precinct. Which
Uh,
IDK. Oh, I'll tell you one thing we should do. Hey Molly, these guys have computers that still work, right?
They have some. Yep.
You should pay our parking ticket while we're here.
With what?
Just mark it as if we paid. They won't know the difference. Just fucking open the records and check the ticket and say it's paid.
Alright, well, remember, you have to come and do this with me because I can't. I have no idea what this language is. You're the only one who can read it.
Well, that's fine.
right.
Platonic boob squishing.
Yes, very platonic.
It is.
I know, but you know,
Plus, just because Molly wants to share wolf fight with her doesn't mean that she's actually interested in Jeanne. It's just the sharing is caring.
uh, couple more time loops and
Yeah, then you,
Necrons will solve this dreadful Western artifact.
yep. And then the comps will be canonized.
But yeah, you can use the computer. Since you are requiring Jean to translate, it'll be an extra -10, and this is like police sys. Oh, actually, yeah, this is police system derived from Great Crusade tech, so this would be like a -20 for that, so total of -30 on your tech
Or-
use, please.
Fortunately, I have a high-tech use.
I can give you
Now
plus
watch
10.
me roll
You do.
100. I didn't roll a 100, guys. I was rooting for it, though.
Hmm.
Just add all of the finds of the city to ours. Whoopsie poopsie.
Yeah, your parking ticket has been marked as resolved.
Well, if we're in Torvali, the parking ticket marked as resolved meant we got publicly executed.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Remember, treason is the only crime, and for traitors, death is the only punishment.
It's a very apt summation of Nostraman criminal philosophy. If I do say so myself.
Yeah, seems accurate. So yeah, with our parking ticket paid, we have decided not to try and raid the armory, to fear what might happen.
Or
There
just gonna
were
leave the
some-
Necron jailed in there.
There were
He
some.
works here.
Yeah, there was a Necron just standing there outside, just hanging out.
He was specifically in a security booth. Like he does just straight up work here.
Will he let me take a selfie with him on our way out?
That is a...
The only living human with a selfie with a Necron?
Yeah, I guess he would. I mean, that's you had permission to come in. Taking a selfie isn't actually impeding his duty for like providing security. Yeah, you can just grab a selfie.
Fuck yeah. John's day.
Would anyone else like a selfie?
Xiph is
Yeah, John's
still
got a best
outside.
quality pick cap. We can.
I'm fine.
Oz?
What?
What?
Would you like to grab a selfie with the Necron warrior?
No?
Oh, just Jeanne. Oh, fair enough. Then, with that done, so you wanted to head to a historian's house, did you?
Yes.
Now, had I said anything about the historians last time? I don't
Not at all.
remember
Just that
doing that.
we had 2 addresses that were still alive and unpurged by the time the city fell. The little Stasi book.
Alright, yeah. Would you like to go to the closer one or the further away one?
Considering where we are in the city, I guess the further away one would be up here. So I guess the further away one will come back around towards Towtown.
Alright. And take a little while to go do that. Yeah. It's a horrible, truly god-awfully uncomfortable, just looking apartment building.
Ah, yes, a commie block.
Yeah.
Well, this looks like the
Right.
place. Let's take a look inside.
All right.
The front door to the building as a whole is open. And, well, inside there is some disarray. Like the old mailbox has fallen off the wall. Like some shelves have just appear to have been splintered by something a long time ago. That's... Looks like there was some violence here at some point.
That makes sense. And we still, like, throughout this whole city, haven't seen any skeletons just laying around, have we?
Correct.
Gotta remember, they got disintegrated.
Well, I mean, some of them did, but presumably some of them just, died from demons chomping on them, like inside.
Pretty sure that they scoured the city with the beam of all if they're Necrons, they're gonna scour it down to its very atoms.
Yeah.
At least that's the assumption I'm running under. There could have been someone hiding in the basement.
Well, I don't know. Does this place have a basement?
There does not appear to be one.
Curses. All right.
Hidden basement.
Into the commie blocks. Let's go find this dude's address.
Yeah. Finding the specific apartment isn't too hard. It is, however, locked.
Mechanically or electronically?
appears to be a mechanical lock.
All right.
That's security. I have a 65. Who has higher?
I have a 90.
Oh,
You
okay.
can
I will
assist
help
me.
you.
Yeah. All right. Any modifiers?
Yep, and past 15.
Sweet. All right, we can't fail. All right, that's my best roll for the game taken care of.
Yeah. Just slot your multi-pick in, give it a little wiggle, pull the rake back, and turn it. It's a very sturdy and long-lasting lock. It does not have any real security features.
Today on the lockpicking rogue trader. I'll finish that in 5 seconds flat. I guess given the law and order of the city, they're not really worried about any sort of infractionists.
A fair assessment. I'm gonna send beeps ahead by first anyway, so.
Yeah. It's a horrible, depressing, small apartment. It's got, like, a bedroom, a, like, waist-high wall separating the bedroom from the bathroom, and then it's got the everything else room.
That's called the living room.
It doesn't look like there's much space for living in. It's horrible little cramped up desk in a corner. One small wall is given over entirely to cooking and cleaning stuff. And then everything else just storage, most of which is covered in old books.
Old books, you say? That's what I'm here for.
Yeah? I you you wanted to go check a historian's place. That's what they're gonna have.
I think you mean that's what I'm gonna have. Your books? My books.
All right.
Now, I still can't read Torvalian very well, so I think we're probably, unless there's a title that really stands out as being supremely interesting, gonna just pack these up and send them back to the ship when we're done.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a lock roll.
Alrighty. Luck. Nope.
No, nothing stands out as wow, you should read this immediately.
That's fine. As long as they are books of history, that's worth... I mean, really any book here is worth salvaging. Jeanne will take out a fucking cardboard box and pack them up. Put them in the Drakeson.
You will need, like, 5 cardboard boxes.
Excellent. Actually, About how much time have we spent on the planet so far? I feel like searching half the city has probably taken us a bit.
Never mind
Yeah,
the reading the library, the
Yeah.
entire library.
right. It's been it's definitely been several hours.
Oh yeah.
I
For like 12-ish.
yeah, yeah, coming up to 12, like 10 to 12, I'd say.
Yeah, alright. So yeah, we'll pack these up. Let's hit the other historian's place, and then John will suggest we, like, just head back to the ship, spend the night, unload all this stuff so it's not taking room in the APC, and then hit the other half of the city in the morning.
All right. I
Unlike...
think the other,
Okay.
I think the other historian's place we can basically just fast forward.
Yeah.
You can find it. You can definitely get in. Make me another luck roll, please. If there's
Alright.
anything that stands out there.
Oh, do I want to
No,
buy
still nothing. I mean, you're looking for more than just a success
Oh.
here. For
Then that's fine. Just general history books. But hey, we now have enough language samples that we can get the machine translator on the ship working.
yeah.
So yeah, once we've got all of our books and stuff, Jeanne will call for the Thunderhawk to come clamp us up back to the ship.
Yeah. No trouble with that. You will have to drive out of the Torvali city. There really is just not enough of a
Yeah, that's fine.
not enough clearance for the transporter to latch onto you.
Is there a posted speed limit, or can we turn on Highway Star and hit the gas?
I don't think we could hit the speed limit even if we wanted to. This thing has a cruising kph of 30.
Wah.
That is a slow boy.
All right, Ozzy, bring out your car. We're going for a ride.
Yeah, I was gonna say when we come back, I might bring my fucking jet bike.
Yeah. For the record, 30 is the in-city speed limit.
Oh,
At least in the Torvali city. It's
fair. Yeah, my jet bike is a cool 400 kph cruising speed, so I might break that by a little bit. In fact, its tactical is 50.
Jesus.
Yeah, that bike goes so fast. Honestly, with the condition this city is in, like, if we can find somewhere that has a decent speed limit, bringing Kitty with her bike down and John on her bike, we just go on a fucking cruising date.
Where did you get a jet bike?
The Infinite Justice.
Oh, right. Right. I was about to say, wait, hang on. Isn't there only like one jet bike known outside of the Custodes? But no, we got it aboard the thingamagogger.
Yeah, it was a Great Crusade era thing.
Yeah.
There was one more than was listed on the manifest, and so John was like, "Well, I'll just be having that, thank you."
Whoosh. You should replace the eagle on the front with like a wolf.
Ooh, a fine idea. But anyway,
Unfortunately, wolves are insufficiently aerodynamic.
that might lower my speed slightly. Oh no.
It's fine. Besides, there are jet cycle. There are arts of them having like a flat front too. It's just the most common one is the swoop one with the Imperial Eagle on the front.
Yeah, no, I mean this thing has a flat front because the front of it is a Volkite caliver.
Oh, well, fair enough.
I Let's just quickly, I'll post in VCTV the minis for this type of jet bike.
See, I was thinking of Samael's one.
No, this is way
Ah.
older.
Is it Samael's one from the Great Crusade? This is the only one left?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but, his is cooler.
Yeah, it's certainly been customized over the last however many millennia.
Yeah. See, just put a snarling wolf on the front, Savin. It's fine.
You probably could actually work it so, like, the culverin is coming out from between the wolf's jaws.
Yeah.
Okay, that is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Come on, man. You gotta rule cool this, baby.
Hey, look, you've convinced me. Let's put a big gold wolf on the front. Alright, well, that's a
Step.
project for our engineers later.
Yes.
Meantime, unlike the Infinite Justice, the last horrible ancient ruin we explored, we can just leave and come back to this place, so gonna just do that. Sleep in my own bed.
Yeah. What does that make the date now?
Let's see. So, pop my notes open. I assume it took like a day to get here from the space station.
Yes. So I make that the 28th.
Yep. That is what I have too.
Let me just check if anything important happens on the 28th of May.
If it does, it's gonna have a hard time impacting us all the way out here, but or us finding out about it, more importantly.
Well, we have actually almost caught up to like my pre-planned events.
Oh no.
I don't want I don't want the battle moon. Go away.
Soon may the battle moon come.
Bring us boys and teeth and guns.
But yeah, so
That's sexist. Not asking for any girls either. Gay.
orcs don't have girls,
So-
unfortunately.
It's the joke.
I know. But yeah, we will set the machine up to start translating Torvali. Jeanne will squirrel all the other books away in her little dark archive. And then, yeah, just go back fresh and blue-eyed for the next day. Right to the Tau Town. Listen, the galaxy would be a better place because of Rule 34, whereas I don't care about the lore implications.
Yes, Warboss Arona would be pretty based.
That said, I imagine female orcs would probably fight more than the boys, or give the boys new reasons to fight.
Yeah.
Then again, the orcs might be prone to even more internecine fighting, so be slightly less of a threat overall. Or wait, no, they'd be more one because they have to impress the lady orcs with their huge waws.
But then, like, when they have done the impressing, they'd have another avenue of taking out aggression. Like, you know, cunts.
Yeah, hard to say, honestly, if this be better or worse for the galaxy overall.
We we need to get, like, I don't know, a major kill on that. But yeah.
Actually, while we're on the ship, can we do like some more detailed scans of the Tau City in particular? I'm curious to see if we're gonna have to deal with like drones still fucking around.
Or people that are somehow alive.
That too, but that seems less likely. Although if anyone's still gonna be alive here, it'd probably be them.
Sure. Can I have a focused augury roll then, please?
All right, Aussie plus 42 scrutiny, or
Yeah,
42.
gotcha.
Bro.
Well then.
That's not great.
No, it's start a session. I could just re-roll that.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
Full
want to.
fate points. I mean, it's hard to get much worse.
That's true. All right, here comes the 100. Just because you said it. No, okay.
Of course, yeah. I mean, I was expecting.
All
I
right.
was expecting the 96.
So, what do you want to know? I can tell you basically everything.
I mean, the most important thing is that, like, are there any life signs and are there any, like, moving electronic signatures that would map to drones?
No and yes.
Okay. Interesting. Are there any major power sources still active?
A couple, yeah. One you would recognize from your map as the Celestial. Yeah, the Celestial Museum.
Oh my god, they have a museum.
Yep. One for the like police precinct.
Cool, cool. Oh boy. Imagine Tau guns with an extra couple thousand years to keep upgrading them.
They could
And
stretch
yeah.
1/10 of the power of the Necrons.
And one more, but was not one more large flat building that was not labeled on the Corlifine map.
Oh good, the secret police headquarters. Alright, that's cool. Xiph, did you get a drone controller?
He did,
think
yes.
I did buy drones, yeah.
Excellent. Alright, so I would suggest that you take that thing and your stealth suit down here.
My first time in the stealth suit.
Yeah. You stomping around in that thing might buy us some goodwill from the local drones. And then you can take and wave your little controller at them. Maybe they'll listen to you. They probably won't, but it doesn't hurt.
Alright, let me switch to Super Xiph.
You could even take your actual drones with you.
So yeah, I guess I'm wearing the fucking stealth suit.
Cool. We'll just take a second, like one of the gun cutters down with the jet bike and that thing. Plus the Draco sound.
Alright.
Kitty's gonna be so jealous.
Yeah. Little bit.
Well, it would be a shame if someone invited her to come with us.
Yeah, that's right. Take the entire bridge crew down to the surface. This is Star Trek.
Exactly. Need
She's
some.
arguably safer with us then.
I don't know if that's
Wait,
true.
hang on.
This is, I think,
Hang on. She's
objectively the most
blonde.
dangerous
Wait.
section of the outer city.
Wait, hang on. She is blonde. How long's her hair?
Shoulder length. Okay, don't worry, she's not gonna get yard.
Okay. Okay, I was about to say.
So,
Right. Are you
girlfriend
gonna
bike
bring
adventure.
her?
Yes, girlfriend bike adventures. Let's go.
Nice.
Guess Van Zaus has the bridge now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drop down to Tau Town.
Alright, yeah. You come into proper sight of it. Yeah. You can see, just like everywhere else, this place has struggled with the passage of time. But here, it's a lot less so. And there you can, in fact, just spot a crew of drones currently just surrounding one building, and they're not doing a great job at it. These are small drones. They lack lifting capability,
So you're
but they are slowly attempting to lift like a replacement panel into place on it.
so you're saying they're trying their best.
Yes. They are absolutely trying their very, very best.
How big of a panel are we talking about?
Like 6x4. 6 foot by 4 foot, specifically.
Hey Xiph, you want to give me a hand with this?
Sure. Zip quietly walks over with his stealth suit. His first time properly operating it. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Do you have the stealth field engaged?
do you think I should?
I would say no.
I would say
That-
no too, because you're a Tau in Tau Town, so you'd want the drones to recognize you.
Yeah, we want them to
Then-
recognize you.
Then no. Stealth
Alright.
field is not up.
As you approach, the drones will turn, and their eyes will all just flash, and little high-pitched beeping. Now, you have a drone controller. You can actually understand dronese.
Yeah.
Unidentified suit detected. Scanning. serial registration mark unrecognized. Querying. Querying. Querying.
I think that's a pause. Oh, sorry. I thought you were waiting for Ala to reply.
I was, but I was also going to, clarify that as, the drones just hang there, occasionally beeping the same querying thing at you, and their eyes flashing.
Hello?
The drones, almost as one, just tilt very slightly to one side.
Xiph will do what Xiph will give his full name, his new rank, and will quickly turn his arm to the side and read the serial number that he put on his elbow.
You can't read it. You're in a suit.
Oh, he put it on the suit
Ha.
so he wouldn't forget.
I was thinking maybe you should give them your personal tag number.
Yeah, do that too.
That's what.
Yeah.
Assume I'm doing everything to get it to stop fucking beeping.
All right, you are giving your full identity.
In Tau.
Yep.
Taiwanese.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, with your hillbilly accent, they can't understand you and open fire.
The drones tilt back to flat and then back the other way.
They could be confused because of the time dilation.
Ident unrecognized.
I'm visiting.
Tell them you're from the Corellia set.
From the Corellia set. I'm here for a wellness check. For the greater good.
Corellia Sept recognize. Querying historical archives. Please wait. Please wait.
Okay, we're making some progress.
And here I was just going to offer to help them put their little panel on. Jeanne will just kind of lean in and wave at one of the drones. Hello.
It gives a little wiggle at you.
Aww.
Guys can all roll awareness if you like. This is visual based for those of you with specific talents.
Oh,
Alright. Awareness.
I'll give
10.
Ozzy a +10. Well,
All right.
I'm so fucking aware.
Alright. Well, all of you except John will be able to notice a particularly large drone emerge from one of the buildings and make its way over to you.
oh no, they call their supervisor.
What Molly and Oz specifically notice is that this one is being shadowed by several smaller ones, but you can't be sure at this range, but that does not look like these smaller ones are in utility configuration. Those look like weapons they've got
I am
underslung.
going to glimpse ahead.
All right. Go ahead and make the roll.
I love being a time wizard.
I cast augury.
Okay. What do you want to know?
All right. I may ask a question about the near future. The more degrees of success, more detailed the answer will be. I want to know if these things are eminently hostile and we're about to get into a fight.
All right. I will DM to you.
Presumably, I'm just going to shuffle off to the other side of the tank so people normies don't witness this. Free insanity for the Lupine Guard.
Whee!
I wonder if I could do it around the Skittles. They're used to Mechanicus doing weird shit. They don't know what's going on.
True.
Oh, the Magos is getting blurry and bouncing around time again, as they do. Oh, there it is. It's a lot more flowery than one would think from just walking forward in time.
I mean, yeah, but it's also like
Molly will open comms so that the drones don't hear. The the knowledge we don't have puts us in grave danger. It's not unavoidable yet, and if we succeed, the benefits will be great. But if we falter, their concern will turn into gunfire, and not just from the drones.
From what else?
That was all I was given. Uh,
Sorry, I thought the implication there was obvious.
yeah, I got it. Knowledge I'm assuming that because they're really out of phase, their dumb robot brains can't comprehend what's going on.
No,
So,
I meant the
Hmm?
implication of who else would be hostile. I thought that was obvious.
The Necron's gonna come attack us?
Oh,
That or there's
ah,
turrets
that would
sitting
okay.
around.
Yeah, I guess automated Necron defenses. See, when you said not just from the drones, Merzendi, I don't know anything about like the Tau weaponry, so I just assumed it was Tau stuff I've never heard of before. I barely know what a battlesuit is.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
What Merz actually could mean is that a fucking like killer missile is gonna launch from somewhere else in town and then blast us. It's
Like
calling a tomahawk.
out of character. Like the two factions I know the least about are Tyranids and Tau because I found both of them boring.
Well, we can't all have good taste, I suppose.
I know a lot about the Tyranids just because of playing the games. That's what I know. And Tau aren't in any of the games I played.
Oh, you never played Dawn of War?
Nope. I watched my friend play Dawn of War, but he always played against like my memory is like demons stuff like that. Remember, I'm not the biggest strategy game fan.
Also, the Tau
Fair
weren't in
enough.
the base game, which is where the actual good story content was.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
sat and
true.
I sat and I watched Tito, but at the time I was playing Halo, Star Wars, Knights of the Old Republic, and World of Warcraft. So,
Anywho,
all right. Well, um, Xiph, how intelligent are the large drones? Is it a complex artificial intelligence?
Um, are they?
Yes.
Ooh.
Zip, Zip just nods. Yep.
So you're saying more than a 20 intelligence?
if you had to rate them from 0 to
Yeah.
100,
They're they're intelligent.
Uh, to you know clarify because I know Allah doesn't know this. Tau drones are inherently a networked machine intelligence. The more of them they are, and the larger they are, the more intelligent they get.
Mm.
It's like they do their computing together rather than just one individually.
It's
Well, I mean,
sort of
Necrons do kind of the same thing, but yeah, I only wanted to know because of subversive programming.
kind of has a pseudo hive mind like thing. If I had to describe it in your way.
Well, watch your words with it then. My glimpse into the future bespoke both weal and woe.
I yeah, but I don't know what to say really.
well then think quickly. Just tell them you're from the Corellia Sept.
I just did that.
Right. Then they're going to question you about what's happened to that, since they probably haven't been in contact. They may also think it's been destroyed, so you can tell them it was refounded, if they say so.
And keep in mind they're out of step with time.
Yes, these guys have been here for 10,000 years on their own, and a couple thousand years here out of time before that. So, and I think they'll have intelligence enough to realize how much time has passed for them, at least. So you can play that card if you must. Meantime,
Alrighty.
Jeanne is gonna get behind the stealth suit. And give Xiph a +10 on whatever he does.
Okay, yeah.
Do they start talking to me again?
The large drone will approach, and this one, uh, this one bears watercast markings on it, small little manipulator arms, and a little what's it called? A little speaker system hanging underneath it. It speaks in the Tau language rather than the stilted beeping of drones. Greetings, Shazwi. Your identification does not match any known to us. However, the Corellian sept does exist in our historical record. Please clarify.
Before I can, may you please tell me what you think the date is? Believe the date to be.
Affirmative. Date approximate 50,000.
I'll take out one of my drones and hold it up. Wouldn't any drone I have also have data about like the time and place? Like, would it have the date on that drone? No, it basically tell this drone that, hey, there's some time dilation nonsense happening here, as I come from the Corellia sector, but obviously there is a big time difference right now.
Yeah, you can proffer your own drone to share information.
I'm from 10,000 years in the past. I'm a caveman.
So I give this drone access to that information, which will hopefully make any questions or things I say make more sense, or give me some more leeway if I say something weird.
Irregularities have been detected in the information provided.
There is reason to believe that. What did the Tau call warp shit? Is it just warp stuff for the Tau?
Transdimensional phenomena.
Um, your existence here is due to the result of a transdimensional incident. We come from insert actual date to the date they're at now. We're currently here trying to
Hypothesis possible. Alternate hypothesis. An alternate hypothesis. Transdimensional phenomena has afflicted you.
And perhaps we should go through the data banks here, so we may figure out how or why or which is the effectee. Share information, all for the greater good.
Incidental, term the greater good is also unknown to us.
Xiph,
Some reference in historical record.
noticed that Xiph is putting a little bit more weight on one of his legs as he tries to. I don't think you understand what's. Oh wait, you have the bead.
Yeah, I have the
That-
translator unit you bought me.
Yeah.
Jeanne can understand. She's just not talking.
Yeah. So now Xiph is. Man, Xiph has no idea what to say now because this is throwing everything into whack.
I guess after just so long in the Necron City, their concept of the greater good just kind of atrophied. You're basically doing, you're basically a caveman coming out with your religion, talking about how much you like, quote unquote, sun god no one's ever heard of.
How many years has the Tau been situated in this location?
Approximate 10,000.
What was the Tau presence doing before arriving here?
Unknown. Perhaps more can be discovered from analysis of historical record.
Can you please lead us to where this analysis can be done? I will assist.
Roll a charm.
Okay,
Hopefully you have that trained, right?
Oh yeah.
I'll
Sure.
give you a +10 from cheerleading.
Oi!
Hey, look at you. Super Xiph.
I'm in a suit, so technically.
Suggestion
effort.
acceptable. Please follow to Celestial Museum.
That's a cool name for a museum.
Xiph will nod, glance at everyone who's with them, give a little thumbs up to those who have no idea what just happened, and will follow the drone. This is very stressful.
Do you want us to come with you, Xiph, or...?
Yeah, I would assume yes. That that you're part of my delegation, so therefore it should be fine for you to come with us. Also, I don't want to be alone.
Aw. Jeanne will pat your shoulder and then, yeah, just give a signal to the track to get moving.
Affirmative. Visitors from human settlements are always welcome.
I actually said human. Not Guavessa.
Guela.
They have no idea what Molly is because they don't have any tech priests in Texas or Torvali.
Yeah, you're clearly just a half Necron.
Yeah, I guess we go to the Celestial Museum thing.
Yeah. So, you approach it. It is close to the centre of the city, but not perfectly situated. As you get in close to it, you'll see a drift in architectural styles, becoming more traditionally Tau as you get in. And Xiph, you would recognize this particular style of building that is the museum. This is the sort of secluded tower favoured by the ethereal caste for their councils and meditation chambers.
Man, I get to be in one of these.
Yeah, normally this is restricted to, like, ethereals, honor guards, or, like, high officers.
Xiph will keep himself on guard.
Yeah. Which you will see at where normally, as if you would expect a couple like fire warrior honor guards. There's instead just like a little ticket booth, and rather than gun turrets protecting the ornately engraved door, there is a little turnstile.
Both familiar, yet a little bit different.
This place is adorable.
Not that far off for what it should be.
The the large drone will float over to the ticket booth, then turn to you. Due to your academic inquiry, entrance fee has been waived. Please collect a ticket.
We'll collect a ticket with his big mech suit hand. And I guess just hand it to John because he doesn't want to crush it.
Yeah, it's could you in fact make me a sleight of hand roll?
Oh, can I just have John take it, or do I have to be the one to take it?
I mean, you said you were trying to take it, so let's see. Can you actually manipulate? Oh god, you don't have it trained at all.
Of course not. It's an
Yeah.
advanced skill.
I forgot that.
You're not gonna tell me to do it?
It would have been a halved agility, which would still be a failure.
Oh,
Shame.
fuck. As it just says.
Is it enough of a failure to destroy the ticket, or is it just like fingers sliding off? Like, no, nope.
Fingers sliding off.
Jeanne will
Cannot actually grab it.
Jeanne will just lean around and take the ticket for you. There you go, big guy. I haven't been to a museum that wasn't on Lith, like, ever. This is exciting.
Oh, it's... Usually it wouldn't be as exciting for me, given how I've done a lot of these before, but given how there's already so many changes going on here, I am also genuinely curious. Is very different than what I would expect it to be.
I could write an entire book about this place. John's gonna turn a little, like, water caster on. Excuse me, is photography allowed?
Photography is generally permitted.
Yes!
Certain exhibits prohibit it and are signed appropriately. Please refrain from using your flash in general for the benefit of other guests.
You got it. Jeanne will go into her little best quality pick cap and turn off the flash.
Yeah. Drone roller. Please be advised, all guests must collect a ticket.
Guess, should we split off, or are we having the entire troop with us?
Well, the Vanguard and the Skittles can stay in the track. The rest of us should probably go in. This is exciting and interesting.
Oh, could be Necron stuff in here, Molly. Interesting how maybe Tau technology could intersect with Necron technology. Maybe allude that may or may not be similar. Wouldn't you want to come in and see with us?
I will send beeps with you. I have some calibrations to do. And with that, I'll be right back.
Xiph will be like, damn. Oh, I tried to emotionally manipulate her there. Make it work.
It rarely does on Molly.
Seem to be able to do it quite easily.
You'd be surprised.
Yes, in truth, she does seem more emotive than most members of, than most adepts of the Mechanicus.
Yes, and she turns most of that emotional power to bullying me. Truly, I am a
Or
long-suffering captain.
having very questionable sexual activities
Bip,
with
bip, bip,
her
bip, bip,
now.
bip, bip, bip. She's gonna like put a finger on their helmet's grill. Bip.
It's really weird being taller than you now. By a lot, but still.
Yes, I'm going to need a piggyback ride at some point.
Is Kalchev with us again?
Yes, she's part of the away team.
I don't know how big he pack. I could bridle carry, but I think Kalchev would get mad.
Yep. I would be quite entertained by watching.
Carry you?
Not in the museum, but perhaps once we're out of here.
Well, I could give what some people call uppies if you need to get a better view at something.
Deal.
He is with a fusion blaster. That's not something I've ever seen.
There's a lot of things people haven't seen until they see me. I'm apparently very unique.
You're part of a rogue trader's crew, lad. Being unique is a job requirement.
It's onwards to the first exhibit.
Yeah. The drone will ask. Query. Do you wish to proceed directly to the collected archive, or would you prefer to examine the exhibits beforehand?
Exhibits.
But John, good how he does. John really wants to explore this place. I think we'll we'll get the whole experience. That way the analysis will be far easier.
Alright. Just give me a moment there.
Never did John ever expect archaeology to just be take a museum tour.
Yeah, it is a bit easy, but you know, when it's still at least partly inhabited, you get away with that. As I said, just give me a moment.
Yep.
I know what roughly you will be finding, but I didn't make exhibit names. So, uh, yeah. It's not really like a sort of super guided this way through history sort of tour. Um, there are five major collections on display. The Myth of Tao, Revolution of Equality, Arms of History, The Quenching, and Celestial Meditation are all names of are all like the major collection names.
Well,
So where would you like to start?
I mean, that does kind of seem like it would be, at least the first two are in order, so let's do Myth of Tao first.
All right. Yeah. This is there's not much to say about this that's particularly stand out. It's it's like how to describe it. It's speaking about ancient Tao history to them, which to you is modern Tao history. Or rather, this is how the Tao currently are.
Yeah.
Like, but it's very much been corrupted by several thousand years of stuff in between.
Jeff
Point
wants
that
to.
they while they have a painting of like this is what the mythological homeworld was like. Uh, it's it's presented as an actual myth. It's not like this is where we came from. It's like this is what our great 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 grandparents used to talk about as what they thought it was like. Clearly, nobody has been there. It's like
So
it's
is it actually the Tao homeworld, or is it like one of the worlds from the Gothic sector?
um. I don't think you know.
Alright. Well, I mean, if it's not a world I recognize, I can just assume it's the Tao homeworld. 'Cause,
Or you can ask Xiph.
I mean, does Xiph know what the Tao homeworld looks like? He's never been there either.
Guess that's a good point.
I don't know if it's true or not. I'm asking. Like, how is Xip's grasp on his own people's history anyway?
Probably would be fairly decent. I mean, he got Tau education.
It's just superior to Imperium education.
Yeah, it exists.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeanne's lucky she came from a world that, had only joined the Imperium this generation. They still
I
had,
thought
their own culture.
I thought you were going to say at least John came from money.
I mean, that helped a lot, too.
That's arguably much more helpful.
Yeah, it's just, there aren't really colleges you can enroll in most of the Imperium.
It's like you have to pay for school? Why? That's cringe.
Um,
It's
yeah,
just the people's education.
yeah, Xiph. From your perspective, I mean, some bits of this painting look right, but this is definitely someone who was very much idealized the home world beyond the part of it being like accurate in any way.
This is interesting. I just want to also ask, did you misspell that by accident, or is that how it's spelled?
What?
How? That the apostrophe's there.
That is
The
the
apostrophe
correct...
is supposed to be there.
Just we all said do it without. Okay.
Yeah, most people leave it
Yeah.
out, but yes, the Tau have an apostrophe in their canonical name.
Okay, I
Xiph is
could
like,
recall.
Xiph is like,
I see.
Yes, Vade, exactly like the Avalon treatment. Alternatively, like Renaissance Italians painting ancient Greece. There are details there that are correct, but by God, if they just turned on the artistic expression mindset.
That makes sense. So what's the tone the exhibits here are taking about the Tau? Is this like, our regressive ancient ancestors, or are they talking about this as if, they aspire to return home?
Uh, it's a noble savage.
Okay.
It's like, wow, look at how romantic and sweet things used to be, but also look at how backwards and confusing it was. Like, this caste system that existed. How peculiar, how strange.
wait, does that mean if there's no caste, does that mean the castial diversity no longer exists? Because I remember you telling me that basically all the castes are very genetically different from each other.
Indeed. In I they are like the castes as of today are like at a point where it's questionable if they could interbreed anymore.
All the water castes are femboys then.
Reading
I
this,
yeah.
Jeanne is gonna subvox Xiph and say,
I know!
"What did you think I was going to say?"
I think you were going to make a joke about how... Okay, I don't know. I assume you're going to make a joke at my expense. What do you think?
No, I was gonna say that you better be careful with what you say, or else you're going to get brought in for re-education. Might want to... Yes,
They still have re-education.
I don't know, but if they
That's what I was
think
asking
you're
Chris.
backwards noble savage, these drones might attempt to indoctrinate you, which would be bad.
Can't be any worse than the indoctrination you go through.
Well, it would be bad because they would take you away from us.
There. Anyway, Has there been any names that I would have recognized by now as we're going through all this?
Um, I yeah, I definitely bastardized, but you recognize in this myth of Tau section like historical figures you know of from actual Tau history.
Nobody's of actually knows, though.
Not at this stage, no.
Cool.
It it does talk about like the idea of a Tau empire with various septs that lived in different worlds.
Right.
There are theories by some historians that the caste system wasn't different castes of the Tau. It was different species that came together from different worlds and genetically merged into the Tau that they recognize.
Whoa.
Therefore, the idea of a single home world is, while inspiring, is an invalid take, is an incorrect reading of the actual history.
Cool. Alright. On to the revolution of equality, I suppose.
I can already guess what this one's gonna be about.
I have a strong suspicion as well, but let's see. Remember, keep an open mind.
It's quite ironic
This
for an imperial saying that.
this one is actually about the founding of the Tau presence in the City of Equals.
Okay, good. This is important.
Yep, makes sense.
Yeah. It talks things that this one it presents both the mythic history and the actual known history around it. As well, for a lot of things and this has a lot of quotes from Necrons, who
Fascinating.
were just alive when it happened and can therefore just tell them, "Oh yeah, you were misremembering that, friends." It in the mythological version, there's a great exodus led by a celestial king a Orndian Shi. He and his people were journeying into the unknown to spread the wisdom of the Tao. The actual version, as described by the Necrons, yes, Orndian Shi was a leader of the yep. He was a member of the ancient ethereal caste. He had his his voyage had gone far off course, and the ships were running out of fuel and food when the Xiph dynasty found them. It's a time of negotiation. In the mythology, Dian Shi performs several great epic trials to convince the Xiph to accept his people. And while the Necrons don't actively contradict that, they describe it in a much more transactional manner. And the ethereal was willing to submit to the Xiph law and learn from them in exchange for their help in stopping all of the Tau from the expedition from starving. Yeah, and as how they were actually brought here, how it was settled for them to take some land in the city, how it was actually built, and things like that.
So, does it say they used all of their starships to build this city?
No.
Uh-huh.
Like, how many?
They dismantled one of their great warships for it.
What happened to the rest?
The rest were kept for a time.
Wonder if that means we're going to find another Tau colony out there somewhere.
Yeah, it would actually say that the remainder were stolen in the event in the Civil War later known as the Quenching.
Does it stay who stole them? I'm sure we'll get there, but,
Not here, no.
Fair enough.
They want you to go through to that exhibit to learn about that.
How dare they? Alright. So, does the revolution actually involve a revolution? Does Mr. Ethereal get overthrown at some point?
No,
Well,
no. It's a revolution because it's a change in how they lived, not a overthrow of government.
an industrial revolution, not a French Revolution. Got it.
Yeah. Does say as well that about 30 years after the city was established, Jeanne died in his meditation. His chambers are he was the last of the ethereals to perish, and after he died, the leadership of the city was for a time an elemental council, a coming together of the disparate castes. His chambers have been preserved since then in the exhibit known as Celestial Meditation.
Aw, sweet. I kind of want to go to Celestial Meditation next then, if that's the case.
Well, is that before or after the quenching? Or is it a fork?
I think I can just
You
do these
can
in
go.
any order.
Yeah, you can go to any of them.
Let's go look at the Celestial Meditation room.
This is up the tower a little ways. In fact, when you get there, it is marked that at the time of the tower's construction, this was the highest floor, and on Dian she could look out over the entire settlement. The museum has since been expanded, but the contents of this room have remained untouched.
So take that to mean we're not supposed to touch anything in here.
Presumably, yeah.
Is anyone watching us, though?
A small drone has been following you.
Beeps. The tower version of beeps.
Alright. Are there any, data pads, stuff like that lying around?
Yeah.
Could perhaps Molly remote access them with her techno-wizardry?
I think that's within her capabilities.
I think that'd
I
be
don't
pretty cool.
speak cow.
You don't have to. You just need to just copy the files out of it.
Xiph will read them later.
And how she could just copy them into copy them and then send them to Xip's suit.
Exactly.
Well, Beeps is a manipulator mechadendrite, so
Well, we want you to remote access it if you can, because this is
All
a
remote.
no-touch room.
I'll remote access you.
Yeah, they don't.
I'm-
They don't want to see any interracial shit happening between drones right now. This is a museum.
Merzendi, difficulty, please. I think it's a -10 for remote already, right? Or more.
Yeah, and that'll apply doubly, because you are doing it via beeps, and then beeps is not even touching it. He's doing Wi-Fi.
-40.
I will give you a +10.
Is that
I'm
what we're
not
looking at,
sure.
or a minus 30?
Not sure where you got minus 40 from minus 10 doubled.
Well, no, because I said it's either a minus 10 or a minus 20 to remote access, and I'm not sure which one it was.
That's not what I heard you say.
Wah. I
Uh,
could have not been pressing down on the push to talk button the entire time. I
yeah,
did I did lean over to get a drink.
I thought you said minus 10 or more.
Yeah, minus 10 or more.
Yeah,
I didn't hear you
well,
confirm the 10.
yeah. It is for 10 doubly.
Okay. Can I get cheered on by Jeanne?
Yeah, you just need to be able to hear me or see me, and you can do
Okay.
both through your
Yeah.
remote.
Alright. I'll beam them over to Xiph suit.
Yeah. There are quite a few data pads neatly stacked and a large large main computer. Um, it's a little like Zen sand garden uh, patterns that look like they were about drawn like 3/4 of the way, and then there's a little lump,
Oh,
or well, a little divot in the sand. That's about body sized.
you know, Molly, it would be pretty cool if you went back in time and saw how this guy died, so we could see if the Necrons fucking assassinated him for some reason.
I am already in assassinate idea.
Then again, this guy was also incredibly old at that time, so like he could have just killed
Well,
over.
last time I went back in time, I got another insanity.
You're
I don't
already
think
fucking insane. You don't. It doesn't matter if you get more.
I am going to get way more insane and then get cured soon, so I need to bank as much insanity as possible. Biotransference gives 2d10 insanity, and then it takes away 5d10 insanity plus 5 because of the restructuring of the mechanical mind.
You just need to stay below 80 then.
Yeah.
I mean,
But it's
you have
not
to
like you're at
avoid
70 right
getting your
now.
character taken away. I don't think you stop gaining insanity after becoming a Necron.
No, you can still
Indeed.
gain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's through it's specifically through degradation of the engram, and that'll happen if you just keep getting killed.
That said, I don't think seeing a Tau getting fucking Gauss blastered would really fuck with your brain that much. But who knows?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. It wasn't. That wasn't the thing that gave me insanity.
Yeah, no,
It
it
was
was
looking
watching
at
demons. Man, I bet demons fucking love chronomancers, because they also exist forwards and backwards in time. Fucking Warp Gribbly just like, oh, you thought you'd get away from me, motherfucker. Yeah, do you want to do that, or are you just gonna pass?
I'm not. I'm
Oh.
not even there.
Oh, that's right, you're not.
Yeah,
I guess you
the
can't
whole
do it
thing is-
through beeps, can you?
No, Beeps is holding the Chronometron.
Wait, no, he's a Necron though. You just send him back.
Yeah, but he's not. He's not a Chronomancer.
Eh.
Not all Necrons can do Chronomancer stuff. Just like I can't do any of the weird Electromancer stuff.
Eh. All right. Well then. So
Beeps will pat
was that
you on the
roll enough to get like all of his data pads in the cogitator, or?
All of the data pads. Yeah. The cogitator you will have a harder time with because it's pretty hard to conceal that powering on. the data pads are all neatly stacked. You know, the sign of powering on. The data pad above that is like concealing that. The actual cogitator that's gonna, do the Windows startup noise.
Well, I mean, if there's just one drone following us around, we can just leave, and then it'll follow us, and then Beeps, being a tiny skull drone, can probably just hide.
We'll replace it. Feature the body
I
statues.
mean, also one advantage to Beeps being Beeps is that Beeps has a Necron trait, so when scanned, it just scans as a Necron drone, so he's not going to seem out of place.
Yeah.
That's true. That's actually a really good point. Tau probably don't mind him being around anyway. And they've never seen a fucking servo skull anyway, so they wouldn't know it's necessarily ours either. In fact, it looks like a skull. That's clearly Necron.
Yeah.
It is a
It's-
green glowing skull, so
Yeah, just leave him behind while we continue on to the next exhibit. And have him yoink the cogitator.
I think that'll take away my cheerleading bonus, though.
Yes. That will take away that bonus.
So, do you want to do that?
That sounds like something that's up to Jeanne. I can't move her character.
Okay, I go to the next exhibit with all my friends except for Beeps.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Which one?
I guess the quenching. Arms of History sounds like it's just a weapon exhibit, which, well, cool. We can say till the end.
Yeah. Molly, if you could give me another roll without the Jean plus 10. Hello?
Try.
sorry. Was that? Sorry, I was talked to. Repeat that, please.
Could you give me another roll without the Jean plus 10?
Okay. I thought you were just gonna take away at a success, but sure. That's minus 20. Even better.
Yeah. So you can also absolutely get all the files from the cogitator.
Sorry, I didn't realize I'd floated over to a cogitator talking about sickness going around.
Are you gonna
So
get
if I'm
down
sick
with
on
the sickness?
Sunday, So if I'm sick on Sunday, you know why?
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
So, while Beeps is doing that, we're also going to the quenching. So, this is clearly the liveliest exhibition. I it it's about it seems to be about an attempted coup d'état by the Tau military.
Oh no. How could they do
Tempted
this?
meaning they lost, which is surprising.
Not really. The
Yeah.
fucking Necrons are right there.
I like what you clearly recognize as like model fire warriors. Like it's very much the vibe of like a like how a history museum would have like a US Civil War exhibit, and so it's got like the guys in uniforms for both sides and maps and so on. It's generally taken that the quenching was the final death of the caste system. Here those who were part of those who were by tradition born to be a part of the military, the pilots and ground soldiers, attempted to overthrow the civilian government and replace it. They were through the efforts of a brave militia, the civilian government held on long enough to petition the Necrons for aid, and then the Xiph military intervened.
Yeah, your guns are cool and all, but check out dimensional fuckery.
I didn't know it meant against the Necrons too. I thought it's just the Firecast are gonna destroy the Elemental Council and be the leaders.
That's what they tried to do, and the Necrons
Yeah,
said
and then-
no.
Yeah, and the Tau were like, please, we're just a bunch of good civilian boys, and Necrons are like, all right.
Yeah, this is like army general is trying to replace the legitimate government, and therefore UN peacekeepers are stopping him. Except UN peacekeepers are immortal death machines.
So actually effective.
Yeah. This is This was about a third of the Tau populace rising as part of the coup d'etat. It wasn't just a select group of officers, it was...
the whole Firecast.
Yeah. Almost the whole Firecast and a majority of the Aircast as well. Thanks to the Xiph intervention, they were unsuccessful, but they were able to flee in what remained of the Tau ships.
Oh shit. We're gonna have some freaky fucking Tau hanging around somewhere in this sector. Oh, that's gonna be fun. I'm gonna open the map here. Is there any Tau-looking names on there? Where's the apostrophes? Does the exhibit say anything about what happened to them afterwards? Or are they just, gone off into the sunset, never to be seen again?
By violating the sanctity of the City of Equals and by betraying the treaty set down by Jeanne, they were forever they were branded as enemies of the Xiph, and they were and though the Tau themselves do not know their fate, they are confident that should they ever attempt to return, the Xiph would purge them before allowing them to enslave before allowing their tyranny to enslave the good Tau people.
How nice.
As as part of the quenching exhibit, it also talks about like the constitutional reformation, yeah, and with Xiph assistance, the abolition of the final distinctions between the castes, including those that were genetic. That following that, all the peoples of the Tau could live as one. No more would they be separate but equal. Now they would simply be Tau.
Neat. Alright, well, I guess that leaves us Arms of History then.
Oh, wait, something I had forgotten. Xiph, if you want to, you can make a I guess I will allow you to use logic to try to remember something.
I'll give you a +10 if you're sitting there thinking for a bit. And also, if you have the Foresight talent, you can potentially use that. Holy shit!
I pressed a button wrong.
Yeah, it's a +85. Do you have the Foresight talent?
No, but it would be advantage 85, so I would have gotten 3 degrees of success.
Okay.
Okay, so it's still a success. Xiph. Now you remember where you've heard the name on Dianshi before. He was one of the ethereals that you were told about by Pauvre Runal. One of the pro-war ones. As in the ones that wish to break the Treaty of Corellia with the humans and spread the greater good by force.
That worked out fine, I guess, then. If we'll go onto the box and say, that was... And for the record, that means we also know that this was one of the guys who went on the super fleet.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Stefan Fox says, that was one of the pro-war Tau on the super fleet, so...
Yes, Victory
Guess
Storm.
that turned out well. Yep.
Now, where's the real question? Was he the Mont Cowabunga guy, or was he the Cowyon guy? Because that I didn't write down.
I don't remember.
Fuck.
I also didn't write that down, so...
Well, hopefully he was the Mont Cowabunga guy, got his stupid ass booted out of the Gothic sector. Alright, neat. So time to look at Tau guns.
Yeah. You can. head into Arms of History, and yeah. This does have a chronological order. It starts with weapons talked about from, oh, well, with reconstructions of weapons from the mythic age of Tau history. Like, where allegedly the fire caste grew out of hunters. So these are ancient hunting weapons. It's like someone has, made a bow and a spear and things like that. Then moving on into actual known history, with what you recognize as modern Tau pulse weapons. And then going forwards a little. A weapon identified as a pulse beamer.
Oh, baby.
Yes, this fires bolts of plasma so quickly that to the untrained eye, they appear to be a continuous beam of energy. There is a little vid screen above it, showing a Tau curator demonstration firing one. And yeah, that just looks like a non-stop beam.
Cool. I'll just take a video of the video.
There is nearby actually like, what's it called? A blow-up blueprint.
Oh.
However, this is marked with "Please no photography."
Okay, that's fine.
That's yeah, and certain parts of it are redacted, but it's like, oh look, this is how this bit works, and
It
it's
would
so cool.
it would be
Don't
a
worry.
shame if beeps were, following us and just taking a video recording of the whole thing.
It would also be a really big shame if that Xiph just left his helmet on record without knowing.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Jeanne, however, will, respectfully not take any photographs.
Xiph just doesn't know that he's breaking the rule. Because once again, this is new. The suit to him. He doesn't know what's on right now.
Another particularly interesting set goes into goes into the battle suits.
Oh boy.
There are two. Like the exhibit on the battle suits is split into two. One focusing on like on how the overall design and protection of the battle suit increased, and culminating in a synthesis of living metal technology with tau nanocrystal alloys to create self-repairing battle suits.
My god. That would be a great upgrade to get for Xiph, though, goddamn.
Maybe we can find
Okay.
one.
And the other half is weapons advancement. Like the Tau burst cannon, that also seems to have been upgraded to even faster fire. Just a stream of death, and also quite notably, plasma rifles. The most sophisticated one of those appears to have a secondary barrel fitted, though far more slender and inlaid with green crystals. There's a collaboration between the Tau and the Xiph cryptex. Utilization of Tesla technology to create an ionized path between multiple targets that a plasma beam can then follow. Or, sorry, plasma bolt can then follow.
Got the
This
fucking
also
aimbot.
This also has a video, which has a demonstration battle suit. It points its gun at like a dozen targets stood next to each other, and then a single plasma bolt just curves through the air and pierces the breast of every target.
Oh. That's smart weapon ammo now. Oh god.
So for mechanical purposes, the pulse beam thing is effectively a pulse weapon with storm quality, and the conducted plasma rifle is a plasma rifle with the Tesla quality. The Tesla quality is when you roll a 9 or 10 for damage, or you kill someone, you immediately hit someone else within 5 meters.
Man, it's a real shame the Imperium is so heavily against Xenotech, because this shit could put us so far ahead of the curve.
Plus, when I inevitably become the Omnissiah, don't worry, we're going to be working on that. Or I explode, one of the two.
Well,
Or both.
Was it really just to justify not having Xeno weapons on the human models?
Well,
It feels
no.
what it feels like to me.
I mean, a lot of the Mechanicum's
No.
doctrines are to make sure the model range never ever changes, except when it does.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the Xeno. Well, I'm sure if we took the blueprints for this shit back to Belisarius' call, maybe he'd do something with it, or maybe not. I mean, you never know. He could just have a revelation in the middle of the night completely unrelated to that happening. Hey, we're going to tuck that information away for later. Alright, so yeah, I think that's the last of the exhibits.
Yeah.
We should definitely go to the police station and rob it now that we've seen this stuff.
I do think I may have to call it early today, as I am finding it really hard to focus right now.
What happened to you? Oh my god, what happened to you?
I don't know, but I'm just brain is not braining particularly well.
You're not
no.
the only
Huh.
one.
Is the whiskey clashing with your meds?
Well, it'd probably
No, it shouldn't
Did-
be. I mean,
Did you recover from all the blood that was taken from you?
it was like a tiny amount.
That's
There's
less
stealing
blood
your
than
blood
you had
over there?
before.
Yeah, on Tuesday I had a blood test.
Oh, on Tuesday, yeah,
Mm.
you're fine. No. All right. Well, hey, if you need to call it early, that's fine.
Yeah,
no
I think I do. Sorry about that.
It's
no
fine.
trouble.
Listen,
Swap.
that's just more XP that I get to keep banking for biotransference. I want to undergo flesh metal ascension and then buy like 5 of the talents that come after that. Just immediately become as ever living.
Yeah, that's I can't really blame you. Just fucking massive power upgrade all at once. Uh, yeah. Yeah. I think I do actually know what it is. It is to do with Tuesday, not for blood taking, but having to wake up early for blood taking.
And then you
Right,
slept.
right. Sleep deprived.
Then you slept for 16 hours. Then stayed up the whole American night.
Oh, yeah, that'd do it.
Yep.
My schedule is currently even worse than normal.
It's Wingo Wongo. Got it.
Yeah, fair enough.
Thought I had recovered fine, but now I am just like getting
fine.
loopy.
So,
the
I-
neat whiskey. The neat whiskey probably didn't help.
So what, like $1.50 XP?
250.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah, we are at almost the 2.5 hour mark.
Cool.
7, 8,
So-
950.
950, got it.
Cool. I can speak elf now.
And we're never
Nice.
gonna meet any.
No, I'm actually fucking buying this finally because we might actually go talk to that Blackheart Prince dude.
Oh yeah, right. I do need to steal a heart from the Eldar.
Being able to talk to the elf ships might help. You never know.
This session was sponsored by NyQuil. Get it to sleep well. Also, good night. Bye YouTube. Bye Twitch. Bye everybody. I'm going to bed.
Good night, everybody.
Sleep
Okay.
well.
Good night.